What are some of the myths that you frequently encounter with regards to cannulation?
The insertion process itself, the number one thing is if you see flashback, you're good to advance the cath. That's the number one myth. Oh, here's a controversial one.
Okay, let's have it.
Now, the data that's out there is proving me incorrect, but the data that's out there is also garbage. Let me explain.
Low quality?
Terrible quality. So let's say midlines have less infection risk than PICC lines or central lines.
Okay.
I think that's incorrect.
Okay.
Now remember, unfounded data, except for one of the smaller studies that have come out, have shown that there's very little delta between PIV and central line infections if you start looking for
and
PIV
delta has
infections.
changed.
Yeah, and the difference, here's why we don't see that, why we see such a big difference between a PIV and a central line. Is because we're counting central line infections. That includes PICCs. We're not looking into PIVs.
Right.
Because we don't want to know. See no evil, hear no evil.
You can't have infections if you don't track them.
So here's another myth that kind of correlates with each other. The myth that the CMS will not withhold reimbursement for a peripheral infection, a peripheral IV infection. People don't believe in that. You're dead wrong. Here's why. There are multi-billion-dollar companies that are lobbying CMS.
Happens
to,
every day.
Make sure that they make those rules and set those rules in favor of the company, I'm sure, but also so they don't screw it up like they did for this CLABSI initiatives. The CLABSI initiative, the Central Line Bloodstream Infection Initiative, to try to curb the infection rates, made people find shortcuts that was detrimental to the patient. Because of that, now patients are suffering without the hospital paying for it to avoid that CLABSI ding. And CLABSIs are very.
Do you have an example of like where you say they're cutting corners? Like, do you have an example of that?
Why are there so many midlines being ordered when a PICC line or a central line is more appropriate? Hey, doc, they're running vesicants. It's going to F up those veins no matter what. Why don't we just put in a central line? Why not?
Is it more expensive? Or is it
because
of
the risk of infection for the for the sake of the patient, we don't want them to get an infection. That is a good thing to be concerned about. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking down the seriousness of sepsis. However, why not a PICC line? It's because we don't want to get dinged for that CLABSI and we don't trust our staff to keep that infection from happening. Remember, these line infections are us. We're causing it. And the reason why we're avoiding it is because we don't know how to stop these infections from happening.